It's 4:30, everyone's hungry, and you're staring at the fridge hoping dinner just sort of magically appears. Been there, done that. Today's video will help you fix that. Hey, what's up? It's Andrea, and in today's video, I'm testing out 5 new fall freezer meals. These are all Crock-Pot style, and they're gonna be a little bit on the lower carb side. If you're new here on my channel, I share ways to make meal times simpler, healthier, and a little bit less stressful. So if that sounds good to you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. And if you stick around to the end, I'm gonna show you how to get these exact recipes in a free download. So you don't have to worry about taking notes. Everything will be all ready to go in one place whenever you are. So let's get into it. First up, I label some freezer bags with these recipe names. Now, ordinarily I would include the date just because you want to make sure you use your freezer meals within 3 to 6 months. But I knew in this case we were going to be using them within 7 days because we're going to be testing them out for next week's video, so I didn't bother labeling the date. Once the bags have been labeled, I like to start with the most time-consuming part of the prep, which is prepping the veggies. So I get all the veggie prep out of the way. We're prepping onions, peppers, jalapeno, and also I have some pre-chopped cauliflower and some pre-sliced mushrooms that we'll be using. Doing it all at once just saves so much cleanup later. I like to chop all of my onions at once. That makes everything so much more efficient, just makes it flow better. For the white chicken chili, the recipe calls for a full jalapeno, but this jalapeno was Texas sized, so I went with half. That's plenty. I'm not trying to prove anything here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add all of these to the bags. And so for the balsamic chicken, I call for 2 cloves of minced garlic. Yes, I know fresh garlic tastes better, but honestly, minced garlic from a jar is good enough, and we're not chasing perfection here. It's a kind of a good, better, best situation, and today we're going for good enough to get dinner done. Once all the veggies are ready, I move through all the cans and sauces in one go. So we got some diced tomatoes for the chili, fire roasted tomatoes for the pizza soup, tomato sauce and apple cider vinegar for the pulled pork, and balsamic vinegar for, of course, the balsamic chicken. Next up are all the seasonings. You may have noticed that I like to lay out the 5 freezer bags in a row and just go down the line. So I'll try to narrate what I'm putting in here, but I might forget some. So make sure you stick around for that download at the end if you want the exact recipe. So we've got cumin and oregano for the chili, some Italian herbs for the soup, and some more minced garlic, some smoked paprika and chili powder for the pulled pork. I've got some more minced garlic. I've got my homemade onion mix for the pork chops, and then a little Italian seasoning for the balsamic chicken. It's quick, it smells amazing, and it keeps me from forgetting something halfway through. Also, this homemade onion soup mix is just as tasty as a packet, and it doesn't have any mystery ingredients. That recipe is also included in the recipe download. Then I move on to the meats. So we've got chicken for the white chicken chili. I've got some Italian sausage going into the pizza soup. Now you could brown the sausage first for extra flavor, but it cooks perfectly fine in a slow cooker without that extra step. I'm keeping things tight this round. No extra pans, no extra steps. Then we've got some pork chops for the onion pork chops. We have a pork shoulder for the Texas pulled pork, and then I've got 1 more pound of chicken breast going into the balsamic chicken. Once all the ingredients are in, I then lay the bags out flat. I press out as much air as I can, and then I always stack them in the freezer flat, so that way they stack more neatly, and then they also thaw more quickly. Then when I know I'm gonna have a busy day, I just pull one out of the freezer the night before, let it thaw in the fridge overnight, and then I just throw it into the crock pot around lunchtime, and dinner is done. So I haven't tested these recipes out yet, so we'll find out together in next week's video which ones are winners and which ones might need some tweaking. But regardless of what happens, I've got 5 nights of calm dinners ahead of me. All right, all 5 of these recipes are going into the freezer now, and in next week's video, we'll see how they actually turned out. I'm going to be serving them to my family, and we'll see which ones were hits, which ones were misses, and which ones are actually worth trying again. If you want to get your hands on that free download with these 5 exact recipes, the link is in the description below. I'll be back next week with a brand new video. Until then, I'm Andrea.